Hey girls, happy Monday. We're doing a different style today. I'm sitting down, we're chatting. I also have new hair. Mixed feelings about it. It's an adjustment, we're getting used to it. I'm also waiting for the extensions because we're just kind of roughing it out with my natural hair right now. And this is also such a weird angle. You're looking into my bathroom and you're sitting on my entryway table. But my apartment is so small, I do my makeup standing up in my bathroom. Also, the lighting is amazing in there. But there wasn't really a way to stand up and film because I don't have like an Octobuddy and my tripod is not that big. So this is what we're doing. This may be like an informative video if you are thinking about moving to the metro area, I guess you could say. Why I decided to move to Jersey City instead of New York City, or more specifically why I decided to not move to Manhattan, because that's like the dream, you know, like everyone wants to be in Manhattan, and that's what I thought my dream was forever, like literally forever. If you don't know, a lot of people think that I grew up in New Jersey. I went to college in New Jersey. I grew up in upstate New York, and not upstate New York like Westchester or whatever other people call upstate. I grew up in Syracuse, which is like upstate. And yeah, then I went to college in New Jersey, and the New Jersey thing kind of just stuck. It was really random that I ended up going to school in New Jersey because I always thought I was gonna go to school in New York City. I've always loved fashion. I don't think I'm that talented in pursuing a fashion career. It's just something that I love, I admire, but I wanted to go to FIT, visited FIT. The city was very overwhelming because I didn't grow up with the city. Like, people in New Jersey at least grew up going to the city a lot. So when I went to visit, I was like maybe a junior in high school, and I was like, wait, this city is so fucking overwhelming. Like, how am I just gonna go to college in the middle of a city that I know nothing about? I've never like been here, whatever. And I also wanted to be in a sorority. I was like, if I go here, am I gonna be missing out on my college experience? So then I had considered going to Manhattan College. This is all like stupid backstory, but to get to the point, Manhattan was for real my dream always. Like, I literally did like a school report on Manhattan when I was like in 8th grade. I was like, I'm gonna live there, like whatever. But then going to college in New Jersey, I just got a lot more familiar with Jersey. I ended up falling in love with Jersey. Okay, wait, this concealer is a little bit light, but whatever, we're rolling with it. Ended up falling in love with Jersey. Right after college, I was like, I'm never going back to Syracuse. Like, sorry if you're from up there, I just hate it. I think I hate it because like just bad memories, and I just don't feel like I grow when I'm there. I'm sure a lot of people could relate if you're from like a small hometown, whatever. So I knew from the day that I became a freshman in college, I was never going back to my hometown. I knew I had to figure it out. I worked my whole life. I always worked throughout high school. I always paid my own rent in college. So I was like, Manhattan is not sounding too feasible as a post-grad. Like, I graduated a month ago. What the hell am I gonna do? But I always knew I wasn't gonna go home. Jersey was the best option. It was affordable, it was clean, it was safe, all the pizzazz. But I didn't first live in Jersey City. I lived like right outside of Jersey City, and that area was super lonely, and it was just like a little isolating. So then when I saved a little bit more money, my second year post-grad, I was like, okay, I'm gonna live in Jersey City. And that could be a whole other video, like Jersey City versus Hoboken. So just to get to the point, Jersey City is cheaper. We know this. It's cheaper to not live in Manhattan because Manhattan is so freaking expensive. And I was like, maybe I could afford it, but I would probably be living in a studio. Like I said, my parents are not swooping in to save me. Like, I've always paid for my own rent, and I just knew I didn't have anything to fall back on. I was like, I need to make sure that this is a smart decision. I already have money anxiety, and I don't want to be in a situation where I just feel like I can't keep up, like that first month's rent payment is coming out and I'm like flipping the fuck out. So based on that, Manhattan just really was not an option. But then once we dig down deeper, there's a lot of other reasons. So yeah, like I said, now I do content creation full-time, social media full-time. I'm so blessed. It's the best job in the world. So I'm lucky enough and blessed enough that I don't have to be in the city 9 to 5, which made a huge difference. Even though the commute is really not bad, I don't want to go too deep because I know people who do live in the city get so mad about it. They're like, you just want to be in New York so bad. Like, how's the commute? Like, whatever. Like, honestly, the commute is not that bad if you're working in the city. There's the ferry, there's the path, literally 20 minutes door to door. Like, it's so easy. The biggest thing was price. I wanted to have something that I could afford, but I also wanted to be comfortable. So could I afford maybe a studio in the city? And just to say that I live in New York City, sure, I could have done that. But I wanted a nice building with all the amenities. If you don't care about that, you don't care about that. But I do care about that. That's what I wanted. I also wanted a doorman just for safety. Like, it just made me feel better. I hear so many horror stories about New York and packages getting stolen and whatever else, and I just like the sense of community, knowing that I'm walking in the front door and this person sees me every day. They know who I am, they know who I'm usually with. Like, at this point, if my friends come over, they know to send my friends up to my floor. Like, they know how it works. They also would be able to tell if something was wrong for the most part. So that was really important for me when looking for a building. Going off that and into my second reason is, like I touched on, safety. So we all know, like, Manhattan is really not safe, and of course you need to be aware of your surroundings wherever you are. But when I tell you, I've lived here for, it'll be a year in September, I have never ever felt unsafe in Jersey City. Of course, like, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of what you're doing. It's not like I'm walking alone at night. Like, you just have to be smart about what you're doing. But compared to the city, there are times midday I'm literally wearing like sweatpants in Manhattan and I just don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. And that's just the reality of the climate of the city. I'm not sure what it used to be like because people always refer to it like, oh, when New York was like this. I never experienced that, so I wouldn't know. When I was 21, I did an internship in the city. So I lived in the city for the whole summer. If you're gonna do that, like if you're a college student, you're gonna do that. I stayed at the NYU dorms. It was super affordable. But I feel like that gave me a little taste of the city to see how I would like living there, because I was on my own. Like, I didn't have a roommate and I was working 9 to 5 in my internship, commuting. I lived in like Chinatown, Tribeca, and I was honestly disappointed because by the time that summer came to an end, I could not wait to get out of there. And I don't know if it was just because of where I was living. Like, obviously it wasn't the nicest place in the world and I loved my internship a lot, but I didn't like living in Manhattan, and I was going into my senior year of college following that summer. So I also didn't want to get to a point where I hated New York because it's such a dream to me. Like, I love it so much, whatever. I would never want to put myself in the situation where I absolutely hate it. So for now, like, admiring it from a distance, I just don't ever see myself living there. I was overstimulated. It felt dirty. It just was a little bit crushing because it was something that I dreamed of for so long. But again, also so happy that I had that little trial run. So if you're on the fence, the best advice I could give you is like Airbnb for a month if that's possible. See how you like it, see how you feel. I felt like I was always watching behind my back, and that could just be me being paranoid and hearing about the stories, but it's like you always have to be on guard. Whatever city you're in, of course you have to be like that, but I do feel like I can let my guard up a little bit more being in Jersey City because it's so familiar, it's not as big. I got used to knowing where everything is very quickly, and I like to be comfortable, especially in where I'm living. I'm sure a lot of people could relate to that. And I'm just like so happy here. I just love Jersey City so much. The other major thing that I also realized while I was interning, I don't have any friends in the city. Like I said, I went to school in New Jersey. A lot of my friends go out to Hoboken, and I feel like a lot of people from Jersey, of course, move to Manhattan, but a majority stay in like Hoboken, Jersey City when we're going out for the night or to the bars on the weekend. A lot of people go down the shore or they go to Hoboken in the winter. So when I moved to New York, I was like, oh my God, I know so many people. Like, I have so many friends. I'm gonna be fine. I was so fucking lonely and depressed. Like, I remember when my mom dropped me off that summer for my internship, the day I was like begging her to please stay. I was like, can you just stay the night? Like, please, I'm so lonely. Like, it was, I could cry thinking about it because I will never forget how lonely I felt. And I was totally alone. I just got dropped off thinking, like, I don't know why I thought that I had friends there, because I didn't. Like, I knew a couple people that were in and out of the city. I had no fucking friends there. And I'm sure I could have stayed, I could have met friends. Inevitably, that would have happened. But my best friends are here. My best friends are in Jersey. So why would I intentionally separate myself from that. And I feel like all the time there's this conversation like, you need to be uncomfortable to grow. Like, there's nothing wrong, especially with where you're living, choosing to be comfortable. You should choose to be comfortable. Like, that's where you're laying your head to rest every single night. And it's important, I think, to be close to your friends, especially after college. And my college friends are like literally my sisters. I want to be close to them. I want to see them as much as I can, and I do. So I can't imagine if I lived in the city. I know I wouldn't see them as much. And I love hosting. So that was another thing with like getting an apartment that I was able to host in, because I love hosting. Like, my girlfriends stay with me almost every weekend, and it is the best feeling ever. I also love having my car in Jersey City, and I feel like having a car in Manhattan is like impossible. And not that I really drive anywhere, because Jersey City is very walkable. I walk everywhere. I walk to the grocery store, I walk to my workout class, I walk to get coffee, walk to the train that brings you to Manhattan. The peace of mind to know if I need my car, I have my car, I could go somewhere. Even if I'm being lazy one day and I'm like, I don't want to fucking walk, I don't want to take the train to Target, I'm gonna drive there. It's so nice to have that. My view is literally of the Freedom Tower. I feel like I could touch it, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in New York because it's so quick and easy to get in, especially with the path. Like I said, probably 20 minutes, like where I'm at, it's like 1 or 2 stops from World Trade Center, and then you could go wherever you need to go. Or you could drive, you could take a taxi. I like that I feel like I'm in a city while not being in the city. And I go to dinners all the time. Like, if I have to pop into the city, it's so easy. Like, you're just in and out. And I feel like people think, especially when I tell people, oh, they're like, oh, where do you live? I'm like, oh, I live in Jersey City. You would think that I have 5 heads, because people who live in New York think that Jersey City and Hoboken is like on the other side of the world. There has actually been so many times where I was leaving dinner with a friend who lived in the city. We got dinner in the city, and I got home back to Jersey City before they got back to their apartment in New York. I know that's hard to believe, but it happens a lot, especially because Jersey City is like right off the tunnel. And I feel like a lot of the things that I'm doing in New York, again, this is all applicable to me. Like, I'm usually always hanging out in downtown New York. I don't really have a reason to go uptown. So it's seriously so close. My boyfriend actually grew up in Jersey City. So that was super helpful, because he was like, okay, you're gonna like this area is new, this is whatever, like he just knew all of the things, and it made me feel 10 times more comfortable and safe, because I was like, oh, he knows all the things, like he's lived here forever, like should be an easy transition for me, and it was. So just love the sense of community here. I feel like everyone is so nice, super friendly, everyone is willing to help each other out, and you just feel like you have nice neighbors. Even just talking in the elevator, like talking about the weather, like stupid little banter like that, it just makes you feel part of something and not so isolated and alone. It's nice to be able to go on your walk and like everyone's just smiling, everyone's happy, their dogs want to run up to you, like it's just so nice. Even in like the workout classes, it's just so, I love having a sense of community. I feel like I could truly go on forever because I love Jersey City so much, and I didn't think that I would still love it as much as I did. Like the first month living here, I was like, oh my god, I just love it so much, I never want to live anywhere else. And I thought that maybe that would wear off, and it was just because it was new and exciting. And I could confidently say a year after living here, I still love it just as much as when I first moved here. So this is all just my opinion, this is all how I feel. Obviously I'm biased towards loving Jersey City, so if you still are feeling like, oh my god, I'm really torn, I don't know what to do, like try Manhattan out and see how you like it. But there's no shame in going across the bridge, okay? I really love it. Manhattan is just not for everyone, and that's totally fine. I love that I could just admire it and still have the city within reach while not living there and end up not liking it. But I just love Jersey City so much. Like I said, I could literally keep going on. But if there is anything that you feel like I didn't mention, or a question that you have, I could try my best to answer it. Yeah, I literally want to raise my kids here. Like, I want to live here forever, and I feel like everyone I meet also feels the same way, because it's just the best. I love living here. Hope this helps if you're on the fence. Videos every Monday. I know this was like a little different from my vlog style videos, but it was kind of nice to just like sit down and talk. So let me know how you felt about it, because I could definitely incorporate more videos in here. Thank you guys for 5K subscribers. I'm so excited to be making new videos and doing this consistently. And it's just genuinely so fun to make these videos. So yeah, happy Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have the best week ever, and I will see you next Monday.